facing a social issue in Africa and many third world countries. And as a goodwill ambassador who travel to many countries and see many different cultures and understand many different language and dance and culture and understand the interferences that's going on that stop this third world country of being developed, I'm here to say a few words as Queen Mother just mentioned. This great summit aims to get world leaders, knowledge people to share knowledge, expertise, to see how we can rescue Africa and Haiti and many third world countries from injustice and from hunger. As we know, Africa is one of the richest continents in the whole world. We are the second largest continent in the world. And we all know that we have natural resources. We have sugar, we have coltan, we have gold, we have many other, we have mine, we have many other natural resources. And we are asking ourselves every day why we are so rich and yet we still poor. Why we are so rich and every day thousands of Africans live in Africa to seek for refuge in United States of America, in France, in Canada, when we can stay, we could have stayed home and develop our country. But we can also see many countries who are so rich in terms of natural resources like Africa and Haiti. We are the country that have the most social problem. And we call the third world country. It is because there is not such fair trade. There is not fair trade. We are being abused. Human rights are not being respected. And Queen Mother just mentioned there will not be fair trade if there is not retribution. Until now, we are still suffering from injustice, from slavery, and because we are so rich and we do not have the technology to discover what we have, these big countries, what they do what they call interference. They invest in our small group, in our politicians, to destroy our land, to destroy our country. And we are wondering every day why there is war all the time, constantly in Africa, why there is war in Haiti, in the third world country. It's because we are so rich, there's United Nations, they cannot just land to a country and steal everything. So they have to invest in small group, and that's why there are so many coups d'etat in those countries. We're fighting among each other. So when we are fighting, and then they will say, "Oh, the news says this country is very bad, there's killing, there's fighting." Now they will lend to our country in the name of humanitarian aid. And when we think they come to save and rescue and help us, they come with big technology and they steal every resources, every human, natural resources that we have. And this been happening to my country, Haiti. For over 500 years, we've been suffering from this thing. We have gold, we have mine, we have all type of natural resources. But because we been fighting for over 500 years, so United Nations send ministers, send many different forces to try to help. But the fact is they're not helping. They're taking away, they're stealing our resources. And this is what happened to Africa. There are about 2 billion Africans living in more than 50 countries in Africa. We could have stayed and developed Africa because we are so rich. What are we doing here? Why we have a bad reputation? Because there are more than 14 million Africans seeking for asylum because we live in Africa to try to get refuge here in many different places. So we have to act smart. We have to understand there will not be fair trade if we do not invest in our country, if we do not love in our country, if we do not understand, we will never get help from other countries. They will not invest in your country because they have their own country to take care of. There is financial problem in America. They own billions, trillions of dollars. There is financial, social problem in Montreal, Canada, everywhere in the world. So you think they will come and develop Africa for you, develop Haiti for you when they cannot develop, they cannot have sustainable development in their own country. So we need to focus in our country. We need to love in each other. Whether you're from Mali, whether you're from Nigeria, Mozambique, wherever you may be, in Africa and Haiti, we need to stop fighting among each other, but investing. Do trade between African countries. Try to understand the technology, how to develop carton. Instead of sending billion, thousands of carton for them to develop cellular phone and have trillions of dollars, we can do this in our land. So I hope that everyone understands, and this summit teach us a lot. We've learned from many different experts, and I urge this organization to continue to host this great event, and I urge all the world leaders to send the specialists to share knowledge. And why there's so much technology in Haiti is so poor is because we do not have the control. Those who have control of technology, they do not share it with us. They take everything for themselves and they try to steal everything from us. And this is what they've been doing to the third world country. So tonight, this afternoon, as a goodwill ambassador, I urge all those leaders, all African leaders, wherever you may be, in this room or wherever you may watch or listen to this summit, please invest in Africa. Invest in your natural resources. Do trade between you, among you. And when you are stable enough, now you can seek for international, for other investors. Thank you very much. I'm planning to make a humanitarian trip to Africa. I've been to many Caribbean countries. I have not been to Africa, even though 2 months ago I donated a lot of medical supplies to Congo. We do a lot of humanitarian work to Congo with a goodwill ambassador, Nuela. But I'm planning to make a humanitarian trip to Africa to see how we can not only advocate, but teach them, but help them temporarily as they're developing a sustainable development so we can be the most powerful country in the world, not only in terms of culture, language, but in terms of social and financial. Thank you very much.